We are live.
Yeah. Good evening. Good day, wherever you are in the world. I've got Partop in India and myself, Frank Falvey, here in Cork in Ireland. And we should have Dan Ray joining us here shortly. So I'm just going to give her over to Partop there. So welcome everybody to the Azure and AI Show. We're here um, every Saturday at the same time, 7 p.m. GMT. And what time is it where you are, Partop in India?
It it's early morning. 12:30 a.m.
Okay, 12:30 a.m. shows your
Yeah.
dedication. Um,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome. So, do you want to share your screen there, Partop? And I'll pick it up after you then, and I'm going to be doing some stuff on the Microsoft pricing calculator, and I'll show some stuff on people how to use Microsoft 365 licensing and stuff like that. And
Yeah. Sure.
yep, so there you
Yeah.
go. You can see your
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So hi everyone and welcome to the Azure and AI show. So those who are joining the session, so welcome. So I'm one second. So I'm Prathap Reddy. So I'm working as a data engineer at Atos. That is right now. It's evident. Uh, and also moreover. Today I would like to share the what are the new features added to the Azure AI platform for the future of innovative AI and ML. And I would like to show you the what are the capabilities, what are the new features of the Azure AI, and after the changes of the Ignite 2022, I would like to demonstrate what are the features. I cannot do the demo today. I would like to tell you the demos and everything. And meanwhile, in the next week or the upcoming weeks, so once I get the access, and I will show you the demos as well. Okay. So and yeah. So I mean, before I go into very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you, and welcome to the Azure AI Show. Okay. So it's early morning to me, and so those who are from the other regions as well, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening as well. Okay. So now we can show. I mean, I would like to tell you some what are the few new features of AI platform. Yeah. Okay. Now, so we have the some few. I mean, we have the new features like a public preview of Azure AI Studio. Yeah. The public preview means so every the customer or every user has to preview the Azure AI Studio interface, and how can we use that, how can we play around as the Azure AI Studio, and everything that will be possible by using this Azure AI Studio. And here we say that Satya Nadella is announced the public preview of Azure AI Studio, the state of art platform that simplifies the generative AI applications and the copilot development as well. And meanwhile, you just to tag your comments and in the LinkedIn and YouTube as well. And I would like to, once I finish the session, I would like to hear from you some questions as well. Okay, so about the Azure AI Studio. Okay, stay tuned. And so it is all about the it is so one of the feature is that a public preview of Azure AI Studio. It is one of the best features, so everyone has to capable and applicable for this much as well. And one more feature is the general availability of the prompt flow. Yes, sir. So this prompt flow is mainly is capable for the machine learning. So we have some new catalogs as well, new features added in the Azure ML as well. So in the Azure machine learning, as you know that, so we have lots of features like Lambda. So we have, I mean, not only few, so we have lots of features. In that, the prompt flow is one of them. So for example, it's we are using LLM models like large language models like ChatGPT, Bing, and Bard, and Lambda models. These all are the LLM models. So if the prompt flow plays a key role in these all the LLM models. So for example, we have to give any command to the LLM model. For example, I can ask like, what is Azure? I need to ask this much of prompt to the any LLM model like ChatGPT, Bing, or Bot. So they can give you the responses from the by using prompt flow. I mean, so we can so the prompt flow will plays a key role in this LLM models. Here, see. So prompt flow now generally available in Azure Machine Learning and public preview in Azure AI Studio. This tool designed for large language machine learning whoops for enterprise scale. Okay, so yes, of course. So for example, I'm working as a data engineer, so I need to. So the future depends upon the data. So we have the large enterprise of data. So we need to use this chat GPT. We need to gather the. So we need to use this prompt flow. We need to gather the information. We need to like ask the some general availability questions like so we have the some set of SQL database, or we have the some set of data is there. So I need to particularly concentrate on the some particular data aspects. I need to ask some questions by using prompt flow. So we have to design this prompt flow by integrated into the any LLM model, so that in that way the prompt flow the machine learning plays a key role in this preview version of this I mean large language I mean machine learning oops as well. Okay, and so the one of the future and the public preview of one lake as a data store in the machine learning and Azure AI. Yes, of course the so the one lake so everyone so we see that one lake plays a key role in the, all the services like so every organization needs the one lake and one organization and one lake and I think one right. So it is simply like I don't know exactly. So it will place like it's one lake and one organization and I mean so in fabric I assume that in the fabric it's like how can we say that uh, so one product, one experience, one architecture. So these all are everything. So everything is similar to all the products, whether it is a data factory, whether it is a data bricks, whether it is a Power BI, whether it is a real time real react analysis, and whether it is a I mean, we have the seven components right now. So we recently the Microsoft Purview is also added to this one, and so these all are the one lake. So one lake is mainly public preview for the data store. So we have to add whatever the data we have in the Azure Machine Learning or as well as Azure AI Studio. So the Azure AI Studio we have some the speech studio, like cognitive studio is known as it's Azure AI Studio. So in the Azure AI Studio, so the machine learning is also the part of this Azure AI Studio. But apart from that, machine learning is the separate studio. In that we assume that is we have lots of services. We have to here see we in one lake from the Microsoft Fabric transform the data lake house and Ignite essentially a platform. Yes, of course, in the Microsoft Fabric we assume that it is a one product, one architecture, one experience. So that is called Microsoft Fabric. So it is a unified analytics platform, completely analytics platform. So that's why we need to use this one like by using any stream analytics or whatever it may be. We need to use this one. Okay, and yeah, one more thing is that upcoming general availability of model catalog in Azure. Yes, yes, of course. So we see that the general, I mean, model catalogs in machine learning. So we have lots of model catalogs, whether it is a Hugging Face model, whether it is like Lambda models, whether it is not only, I mean, one or two. We have the n number of model catalog. I mean, n number of features available in the catalog models. So whether it is you need to train the model, we need to. I mean, everything like what are the features. I mean, what are the steps we can do for the cell, I mean SDLC, like software development life cycles, everything like from the gathering the information to the from the monitoring the information. So everything will be like in the step by step process that will be happening in the model catalog in the Azure AI. Okay, so now let's see. So we have the upcoming general availability model catalog in the Azure AI Store. So the NVIDIA giving the latest of, I mean latest features and the AI capabilities to the Azure AI. So that is the great thing that we every user has to happily to go forward and use some of the services like we have some services like model as a service and Lambda 2, Llama 2 and Core Command and G4 to giant models. We have some premium models. So through interface APIs models and everything. So this is a great thing. So we have we already know that to in software as a solution and platform as a solution and infrastructure as a solution. But the new model is that is model as a service. So this is the MIS that will be coming in the Llama 2. Okay, and I don't know exactly. So this model is previously available. I don't know exactly. So but we see that is the fourth model that we are able to see in this API integration. Okay, and coming to the public preview of model benchmark. So the model benchmark features in the public preview of Azure Machine Learning and Azure AI. Yes, of course, it will be available in the both machine learning and AI Studio as well. and evolution of the computing performance in various foundation models, of course. So the evolution of the various foundation models, like so we have the some supercomputers as well. So in the supercomputers, so we have lots of the eagle models also, and we have the 10 supercomputers that will be showed in the ignite 2023. In that, the sixth one is that that will be developed by the Evident. So the Evident is my company, my organization is developed by the sixth supercomputer in the world. So we have lots of computers and supercomputers that will be like this model benchmarks will be available in the public preview as well. And the general availability of manager feature store. So we are excited to announce the general availability of manager feature store in the Azure machine learning as well. And so we have some serverless computing as well, and some the deployment for the endpoint as well. And yeah, and so we have the Azure machine learning service now. It's generally available, allows machine learning experts to concentrate on crafting ML model. Yes, of course. So without developing into the complexities of compute infrastructure, that is very very unique. And so this model is very like unique model. Well, like see, so compared to any model, any services in other streams and other cloud computing as well. But this feature is the serverless computing with the crafting ML model. So it was, simply it was like it's we can see. So without any cost, cost optimization and reduce the wait times and evolution of efficiency and focus on the machine learning process. They so they most of they are using this crafting ML model. So this it plays a way. It is useful to lots of the people, and it will gain the and it will cost efficiency. Everything that will be available in Ignite after 2020 in Azure AI Studio. Okay, I'm looking forward some documentations is there, and we you are going for any Azure AI Studio and machine learning, you can go through that. And I would like to show you that Azure, what are the capabilities of Azure AI Studios, and I will like to show you. Okay, keep it. And yeah, so in the Azure AI Studio, it was right now it was in the preview version only. So we simply say that build a solutions for the faster using the build pre-built and customized AI models for data security and next. Yes, of course. So for example, if you want to create any AI model to your own data or your own website and everything, that will be created by using Azure AI Studio. Yes, of course, that will be possible. Here, this is the Azure AI Studio. Explore analysis of this Azure AI Studio. You can go, and you can go if you have a free account. You can go that you have the free API as you go. You can go around this. Okay, and yeah, and product overview. So we are looking for the some product overview, and we have some the product overview like. So we have the try the latest models. So we have some the open source models as well. That is build with Azure AI Studio. This is the one of the, so you can go and you can build your own Azure AI Studio and build the way you want it. So what it is like customize your own model. So if you want to in showcase your own model into the different type, and you can go and you build your own way. It's customize your one and integrate your data. Yes, of course. For example, if you want to create any AI data, if you want to create a GPT model, you can integrate to your data, and you can ask whatever the prompts you can ask. You can go and you can use that one and orchestrate your AI solutions. Of course, integrate with the GitHub code spaces and the semantic kernel and long chain. Yes, of course, it plays a very important. In the long chain, we have the infinity number of the data. You can go and you can add and you can integrate your data, and then you can ask AI solutions according to the and evaluate your LLM responses. Yes, of course, you can once you have to integrate your model, and then you can use any LLMs. And for example, it's like Chat GPT models or Azure OpenAI, whatever it may be like. So this is also about the product overview, and we have the some benefits. Yeah, so we have empowering business, improve your customer experience. As of these are the one of the key features and key benefit, and reduce organizational risk, of course. So it plays one of the key feature, and improve work quality. Yes, the work quality is of AI is very very high, and enhance the productivity and efficiency. Yes, of course, the AI will give enhances the work. The speed and the efficiency and productivity is very very high, and so that's why these all are the some benefits of this Azure AI Studio. Okay, and the capabilities. So we have some capabilities like what we can do. So about this Azure AI Studio. So build your own copilot. Yes, of course we can do. And enterprise chat, you can go for a enterprise. You can also, if you have the enterprise data, you can add, and you have to create one chat as well. And incorporate multimodality. Yes, this is one of the capability. And speech analytics, yes, of course, for whatever the data you have, so you don't have to read and everything. Of course, you need to add this speech analytics that will be transform this auto capable insights on voice apps, the transcriptions, and the text to speech and speaker recognition, speech to text, and everything that will be capable about this speech analytics. Okay. And build in security and compliance. So we have some security compliance, like Microsoft has committed to investing $20, $20 billion for cyber security over 5 years. Yes, of course, it's a great thing that we see. And we employ more than the 8,500 security and intelligence experts on 77 countries. Yes, of course, Azure has the largest company certificate in the industry. Yes, of course, there is a great thing. And coming to the pricing, we have some Azure pricing options, and we have some machine learning pricing options. That is, based on the capable, based on the service that will be differ from each one of them. And so we have some customer stories. So we have some everything like Carl Miner and Sympathy A and Mercedes Benz and everything. We have some information about the customer stories, and we have some resources as well. So that is all about this. Some of the key features and the capabilities and benefits of the product overview of the Azure AI Studio. If you want to go through and you can use this Azure AI Studio, you can tap on through this one. And I would like to give this link to all of you, just to go through that, and you can use this Azure AI Studio capabilities and everything. Okay, so that is all about this one. And if you have any queries and related to the Azure AI Studio, please let me know. Okay, so what to you, Dan? Frank. So
Okay.
yeah,
That was a good overview of the Azure AI Studio there and machine learning. Very good.
yeah,
I suppose my bit there that I'm going to be doing some of the pricing calculator. We might actually touch on some of the stuff, the pricing of the AI Studio and how much it would actually cost people. I know you have the link there where you can actually try it for free, but
yes,
suppose we'll just have a look at a few um, pricing things in the Microsoft pricing calculator.
yes, yes.
Um, Stephen, welcome.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Hi,
Yeah,
hi,
I'm fine.
Stephen.
Yeah, how you doing today?
How you been?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. And you? Yeah, nice presentation. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So do you
good.
have any stuff today? Frank. You can go and I can showcase the by backend. You can go ahead and you can share everything, whatever you can
Yeah,
share.
I'm just going to share my screen there now, and
Yeah, I can stop my screen and then you can go ahead.
sure, sure. So, Stephen, if you have any questions, and if I'm going to share my screen there and go into the pricing calculator. So, if you guys want to kind of throw one or two questions at me to, so as we
Yeah, okay,
can,
okay. I'll
we
let
can,
you
Okay.
know.
yeah, sure, sure. Um, 1 second now. Okay, it should come up there now. Can you see the pricing calculator there, guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you go into the Microsoft pricing calculator, this is what you'll actually see. 1 second, I'll just log into it. So is that if you log in, it will actually 1 second now. We'll just go back to that one. Yeah. Okay. So this is where you'll come when you first land on the pricing calculator. You see this screen here, and you just see where the search product there is. So you can type in whatever you want and it will actually bring it up. So I think the Azure, right? So when you type in Azure, it will bring up everything on the screen for Azure. And so as Prathap was talking about there was the Azure AI service. Was that the one, AI Studio?
Yeah.
So, so Azure AI Studio is not this one, is it? The services, the first one. So as you click on it there, it should actually open up here now. So yeah, so if you go into the AI services, you can get $200 credit, free monthly on popular topics. See the free, including language APIs. So if you just start filling out the region here, right? So I'm in Northern Europe, so I'm just going to see if my one is here. There we go.
Frank, it is free of cost, or so we need to pay it, like it's free up to 12 months or only 1 month?
Yeah, so it says here to start 200 credit plus free monthly amounts of service for 12 months, right? So you have it for 12 months.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you go over your 200, you have to go to the subscription model in it, pay as you go. So I'll just click on here and we'll just see the free amounts. Like some of the services are totally free, all the time.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so if you wanted to try the free one, it's the same as you showed in your previous slide. So if we go down here, so look, pay as you go option, or else you'd have to go to a committed tier where you'd have to buy stuff up front. So we're looking here at the free monthly. Okay, so no upfront costs, no monthly costs. Do you want support? If you wanted one of these, then your actual costs will actually go up, as you can see over here on the right hand side. If I click on standard, it'll cost you 91 euros per month. If you go for the developer one, just goes 26 euros. So I'll just leave it at 0 for now, and we just go down through the licensing customer agreement. So obviously you have to log in and agree a pricing tier before you go on to that one. So that's kind of the way it starts off with the AI service, right? So I'm just going to go back to a different one here at the start. It's one I spoke about last week, the Azure virtual desktops. So I'm filling out this one here so I'm taking a scenario of a company that has 500 employees, okay, and they want to move to the cloud. So they want to use their desktop as a service. Microsoft's one is Azure virtual desktops, okay. So there's no associated costs for leveraging the Azure Virtual Desktop Control Panel. At a minimum, a successful deployment will occur the following costs: the compute for the session host, VM storage, and OS, and the user profile and network connectivity. So I have another thing there with the licensing. So a lot of companies would have employees that would already have licenses to use, we say, Microsoft 365. So they would have access to use, we say, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and Outlook. So if you have a subscription that you have Teams in it, you're actually using the Microsoft 365, and you probably have a license, E3 license. I'll show a bit more on that as we go forward. So these are some of the things I clicked, right? So the first one, the region, Northern Europe. So I picked a pool type because you've got loads of employees that are going to be using um, a lot of shared compute, and so that's why I picked the. If I clicked on the thing there, so it's not a personal one, so that's only just for an individual. So you'll have to click on pooled. So that's that. Over on the right hand side, there's a little information mark. You can click on that, so it tells you like pooled refers to a set of VMs that are temporarily assigned to users as they sign in based on the load balancing algorithm of the broker. Each time a user signs in, the user may be assigned a different VM. Personal one then is when a single user occupies a specific virtual machine, similar to if they had a dedicated physical PC. So that's kind of give you what personal and pooled is all about. So just the next section down then is the scenario configuration, right? So because I'm talking about, we say 500 users, we're going to be using a multi-session rather than a single one. So there you got your two options. So I'm just going to price this at the top end of the virtual desktops, right? So to see what is the maximum price that a company could actually pay for using these devices. So when you get the drop down, you can go light, medium, heavy. So I'm picking heavy there. So I'll click on the description there, right? So power assumes that one user is using a virtual CPU. Heavy assumes that two users are, medium is 4, light is 6. 6 CPUs, right, per users. So I'm using the heavy one there where it assumes two users are using the CPU. So as I said, I'm going on a kind of a 500 users, and we roughly say that they're going to be using 220 hours a week. So so we say the peak of it, right, 90%, right? So we'll, because 90% is at the top end of it, and say 5% is off peak because we say employees going away on their break and things like that. So we put that in as 5%. So the next thing then, external uses. So we're going to be talking about people that are working inside in the company. So this is not going to be applicable for this. So where can you use it for standard performance? We recommend selecting VMs with at least 2 cores because the operating system requires a portion of the VM compute resource. So you can customize the OS below to match your scenario. So as I said, the categories here on the left, right? So as I said, I'm going to be pricing this as the top end of the thing. So I'm going to put everything in there, right? Compute, general purpose, high performance, memory optimized, storage. So I'll click all for that. The instance then is here. So I could go for all, but on the right hand side then it will give us the difference. So we'll just go for a D version 4 series. Here then on the next one, we got a drop down there. So as we said, we're going to use 2 CPUs, right? 8 RAM, 50 gigs. That will give us a pricing of 0.037 per hour. But I'm just going to go down along here and we're going to pick something higher, like we'll say 64 gigs of RAM with 400 gigs of storage, which is way out of scale, like for for what we're going to be using it for. So as we go down here, right, there's the savings options then, right? So if you want to pay as you go subscription, click in here. If you want to kind of say you're going to use this for 1 year, click on this and you get a 25% savings. The next one then down is a 3-year savings plan, which could save you about 48%, just nearly half. So the other one then, which actually gives you the really good savings altogether, is the reserved instance. Okay, so just expand on the reserved instance a bit there and just click on that. So a reserved instance reduces the cost. Select Azure services by forecasting your resourcing for them in advance in 1 or 3 years commitment, or pay monthly at no extra cost. So that's kind of, you pick 3 years, you're going to get a 62% saving there on that. So if you wanted to pay upfront, it'll actually bring down the price as well. So I'm just clicking this now. So if you go monthly, the price is $329 upfront. It changes. So over the 3 years, over on the right hand side there, right, you'd save on 3 years something like 115,000. So that's the difference, paying monthly and saving upfront. So as we move on down, so the cost per month, right, for what we actually picked there is 3,200 by 5 users. So that equates into $6.42. But as I was saying, a lot of companies would have their employees would have a license already, so that's actually factored into this price here. So when we move down to the discs then, right, so you can pick whether you want standard, premium, or premium SSDs or HDs. So look, we'll pick the premium SSDs because, as I said, we're going to go for the high end of this thing. So that brings it up a bit more. So it costs $269 a month there for premium SSDs. So if I just click down to standard ones, you can see the price drops away down there to €80 a month. So we leave it at the top end there and we'll just see how we fare out towards the end. So file storage. So we'll just have a look at, we're going to use a premium file storage, right? So that'll be the higher end of it. Data rest, we're not going to use that. We're just going to be using virtual desktops, and we're not going to be storing stuff. So we're not going to be transferring between regions, so we just won't complicate it. So we'll leave that as it is. So down towards the end there, it gives us a cost there, monthly cost of 4,000 and 4,000 a month. So roughly costs about 48,000 for the year. So just go back to the top. So these are kind of, give you an example scenario, right? So you can look at different kind of scenarios there. So I have one here that I actually saved earlier about the virtual desktops. So there are 500 people again, as I was saying, and that should give us the year. Yeah, roughly around the same amount there as I went through earlier. Yeah, so that's the same one. That was one I saved. So if you go through them and you want to look back at different scenarios, it will save them up here. So you could pick different scenarios where you wanted maybe didn't want storage and you just wanted basic VMs, you could get it cheaper. So to kind of save it all in here, you can go back afterwards if you're logged in under your username, which I am here on this one. So they got a frequently asked questions then that people ask about. How do I save my estimates? That's what I was just talking about there a second ago. You can actually share them then as well. You know, if you were doing calculation for a company and you wanted to say, look, this is what we're going to use, you can actually share that actual document with them, and it gives them a breakdown of VMs, storage, all that kind of stuff. So I just want to move on there just to show you about the thing about the Microsoft 365 licenses. So a lot of companies use Microsoft 365 and they use e-licenses. So that costs $36 a month per employee. And if you got this license, you can use those virtual desktops for free. You just pay for your compute and your storage, your resources, whatever compute and storage you use, they'll charge you for that. So just over here, so this section here, right? Just so I was talking here about a lot of companies use the Microsoft Office 365 or Microsoft 365 as it's known now. And the first one here is the E3 license, and the next one is the E5 license. And you can get kind of ones with security and compliance then as well on them. But we're just going to look at the first one here, the E3 license. So every box that's ticked here with the tick you're eligible for. So I'm just going to scroll down through there. We're just looking at the first column now, compares to the second one. So obviously E3 E3 doesn't get as much as E5. So as you can see here, right, Teams phone standard, right? So you don't get phones. You have to bring your own if you want to use a phone on Teams. You have to there, whereas an E5 license is different. And audio conferencing, you can have it on E5, but the E3 one is basic enough. Just moving on down along here. So the one I done the pricing on there was for the Azure virtual desktops. So let me just find. Okay, so you can see here the E3 again. You don't get as much as the E5. You see all the blank boxes here, like for Microsoft Entra ID Plan 2. You can only get that with the E5 license, not with the E3. So the other one there, risk-based conditional access, identity protection, you don't get it with an E3 license. You do get it with an E5. And I won't go through the whole lot of them now because we'll be here all day. So we'll just kind of get down to the one that I was talking about, which is the compute one. So as we go down, you can see the ones that are in the E3 is not as much as the E5. So yeah, so we're down here to where it says Azure Virtual Desktops. So you can actually use your Azure Virtual Desktops with your E3 license. So that means you don't have to pay anything extra for your virtual desktop access or your virtual desktops. So the only thing you pay for is your resources that you use, like the VMs or storage. or kind of networking stuff. So that's the E3 licensing. There's a lot of this stuff still online there. Microsoft Office 365 Enterprise License Guide. Anybody is looking for any more information about these, I have these. They're available online on Microsoft's site as well. It's just trying to find them. So it breaks down everything, introduction to Microsoft 365 and all the kind of licensing and the scenarios. So you can see the E3 license here. So you got Windows 10 Enterprise all on the E3 one here. Um, so obviously the E5 one here will give you a lot more here, but obviously you pay more for it. So just going down through that, learn more about Office 365 E3 licensing. There's a link inside in that, explains more. So Windows 10 Enterprise, you can get it on E3. It's built on Windows 10 Pro. So this has got a scale here again now. So I'll just try and find if we got virtual desktops here on this one. So they give you a couple of scenarios there about this one here is working off of 1,500 users with an E3 license. So you can use Office Professional Plus and Core Cal Suite. So you could read through any of those scenarios, and I'm not going to go through a lot of them because we only have a small bit of time on the show here. So they frequently ask questions as well. And as I say, anybody want these documents, they're available on Microsoft for free for anybody. Or if you want to reach out to me, I can give you the links to these. So that's the kind of pricing and the licensing stuff on Microsoft. So any questions on that, guys?
No, no, not at all. So that was a great demo, Frank.
Yeah, there's a lot in there for the licensing, and what people can use and what like most companies go for just the Office 365, and because a lot of companies now are using Teams. Do you use Teams yourself, Stephen?
Yeah,
You use Teams to everybody's kind of communicating on Teams now. It's very kind of
Yeah.
productive.
Yeah.
So all you need for that one is they just need an E3 license, which is actually cheaper than the E5 license. So yeah, we've got a lot of people. A lot of
yeah, Frank.
people. Yeah,
I think so. We left 18 minutes. So Stephen has some demo to demonstrate. So
okay, very good, Stephen. Sorry, I
Stephen,
kept.
Yeah.
it is okay to demonstrate within 17 minutes.
Yeah. I think I should like let's say 20 minutes. Yeah. Or before that, it should be less.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go. You can go ahead.
Okay.
if,
Okay.
if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so, Stephen, if it goes over, we will keep it going because we can run it for 2 hours. So
Okay.
we, yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Yeah. So today I just want to quickly run a particular interesting thing, which is how to deploy nested virtualization with a virtual machine hosted in Microsoft Azure. So let me just quickly just share my screen. If you can see my screen, just let me know. The seconds. Yeah. Think I should. So Windows. Oh, okay, so can you see my screen?
Not yet. Give us 2 seconds. No. Did you click on the screen? Yeah, it's coming up there now. 2 seconds.
So can you see it? So
Yes,
what can
coming
you
up.
see?
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, that's it. So you're showing, we can see the Azure portal. Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, so like I said, I'm just gonna show just gonna demonstrate how to deploy a nested virtualization with an Azure virtual machine. So now this is my Azure portal. Like it's gonna incur a cost. So it's gonna incur a cost, and which you still have like a subscription to do that. Now, what is nested virtualization? Nested virtualization is you creating another virtual machine, inside Azure. Now, I have my virtual machine which is hosted in Azure. Now, I want to create another virtual machine inside that particular virtual machine. Maybe probably you want to use it for a different purpose, maybe for maybe just to create maybe Windows 10 or Windows 11 or things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So quickly, but because of our time, I've already created my virtual machine, which is this. So just let me just quickly show you how to just do that. Now, to achieve that, I'll just go briefly. Now, when you go to your portal.azure.com, this is the Azure portal. Now, this is your home environment. So here you come up here, you click on your virtual machine. I have it here because I've pinned it. So you can click on it, or you can come up here where you have search resources, search for it, and then you click on your virtual machine. So when you do that, then you click on here where you have create. You click on it and say create Azure virtual machine. So when you click on that, definitely it's going to bring out this where you need to populate all this. So here you come up here and you choose your subscription, and here you put your resource group. I believe Jerry has once explained all this before, so I don't need to start going through explanation. So here you just click on your resource group, which I have one which I've created. Here you give it your machine name. Here you give your machine name, and here you choose your region. You can choose your region based on your location or based on your based on amount you want to spend. So it depends on the company policy. So here you come up here and you choose your availability, where you choose there. Then you now go straight down here, and then you come here, you have your image. This is the image here. This is the important part I want to emphasize on. So when you come to your image here, so here I will now decide to click on either Windows Server 2019, or you click on the Windows Server 2022. So it depends on whatever you want to use. So when you click on that, now when you do that, now you now come up here, you can see where you have the size. You can see here. Now remember that what I'm trying to do is to deploy I'm trying to do a nested virtualization. Nested means that putting another machine inside another machine. So now I have my Azure virtual machine. Now I want to create another virtual machine inside that particular virtual machine that is hosted in my Azure. So to be able to do that, when you choose, when you come up here and you choose your image, either Windows Server 2016, 2019, or 2022, then you come up here. Here, you under this your image, you now come up here and now select anyone you want to select there. You must select the E series, or the D series is the one that supports that particular virtualization. So when you want to choose this your image here, so you come up here and choose from the size here, you come up here and choose either the E series or the D series. So if you come up here, you can see we have various sizes here. So you make sure you choose either the E series. So if I click on this one now, this standard B here, this one is not going to work out for me. So you have to choose either the E series or the D series to be able to achieve that particular purpose. It is very, very important you take note of that. I think maybe probably after that, I think there's a link that explained that as a documentation by Microsoft. So you choose this particular, which is very, very important. So once you do that, then you come up here, you populate, you put in your username, you create your password, and then you go to next. Then after doing that, you click on next. Okay, let me just put something. I'm not going to create this because I've created one already, but let me just put something here. Here, password. Let me just create a password. Sorry, okay, so password. I'll create my password. Then here you come up here, you click on next. Then under here, when you click on your next, this is the next one, which is the Dix. The Dix. Now, due to because of what I want to create, and I'm still going to download some other stuff I will need. So you need to come up here and you click on, you create another additional Dix so that you can have more space, as if you want to anyway. But because if you want to do some extracting, so you can also come back and do it later if you want to. But it's always good to do that. Click on here and then you choose your disk. Let's say I want to create like 2 gig extra disks. So click on that and then click on OK. So here you can see an extra disk has been attached for me here. So here you click on your next. Here you just click on next. Just click on next and then next. And here you just click on create. You click on your review and then you click on your create. Like I said, I've created one already, so I'm not going to do that. So here is it. So this is my environment. This is the one I've created already. So now it's for me to now open it. So I'll come up here, click on this connect, and then you now click on this connect here. When you do that, then you come up here and click on this select here, and then you come up here and you download the RDP file. Remember that this is your username, so you can also copy the username because you need it. This is the username of that machine. So click on this download RDP file, and here it gets downloaded there. You click on it and then you open it. Okay, I'm going to move it here. I hope you can see my screen. So can you see my screen, please? Okay. Okay, so here I'll put my username and then put in my password. Like I said, I've created this before because of time. Then put in my password here and then click on your OK.
Yeah.
Click on yes. Now this is running for me. Okay, yeah.
So you're RDPing into your virtual machine that you created inside the other virtual machine.
Absolutely, yes. So that's what I'm trying
Brilliant.
to do. Yeah. So now remember that this machine was created in Azure. So the purpose of this is so that I can actually create another virtual machine inside this virtual machine that is hosted in Microsoft Azure. So that is TV. But I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be using PowerShell script to do that. Yeah. So yeah.
You're going to use the PowerShell to automate this.
Yes, please. Yeah, because of the time. Yeah, so I'm going to use PowerShell.
Very good.
Yeah. So can you still see my screen?
Yeah. I can see the.
So what can you see, please?
You can see the Windows machine. You're inside the virtual machine.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So it's coming up now. So this is my own Windows server. I think this is 2022 own I created. So let me just wait for it to populate. Yeah. So I have my script already here. So I'm just going to copy it from my machine and then make use of it. Okay, so here I'll come up here and open my PowerShell. I think it's still running. Okay, I'll open my PowerShell, but this time I'm going to use the Windows PowerShell ISE mode, so which is quite good for me. So I'll right click and then open it as administrator.
Yeah, we can see the PowerShell screen now.
Okay, perfect. So now I'll click on this. I think like I think this mode. Okay, yeah. So this is the mode I want. So here now I'll just come up here and I have the script already. I'll just paste it, and I'm just going to explain how the script is going to work. Like I said, because of our time, like all this one now, I just want to use the PowerShell script to automate this. Now remember that I've created my Azure virtual machine inside Azure. The virtual machine is created inside Azure. But now I want to create another virtual machine. It can either be maybe probably a Windows 10, Windows 11, or I want to create another server in it for a particular purpose. You understand? So here I'm going to use the script to now automate that and the virtual the Hyper-V environment. So here you click on here, you have install. Now I can come up here, select this. Now this one simply means that install Windows feature. Now what is the feature I want to install? I want to install a GCP and also my Hyper-V. So this is the PowerShell script. So once you do that, because I have it, I'll select it like this, and then I'll now click on this one. It says run selection. You have two options. If you click on this one here, this one is going to say run script. Maybe you want to run everything, but because of I just want to explain this step by step, and just for us not to have any error. So click on this run selection, click on it, and when you now click on that, then you can see it will start running that particular operation for me. So what it's actually doing here is to install DHCP and also hypervisor. Remember that we are doing it inside Microsoft Azure virtual machine. So here is still running. Yeah.
Yeah, see that.
Okay. Good. So why this is still running? Let me just explain other process. Now the reason why, like I said, I'm using PowerShell script to do that. Actually, you can also run it normally. You can just use the QL environment and just run it, go there and then click on additional tools, then you install everything. So you can run it normally without using the PowerShell script. But it's also good at times to make your work faster. At times, it's always good to use the PowerShell script. That is if you are somebody that loves scripting. So if you see now, this is now successful. It's now successful. Now, how do I know it's successful now? Okay, before that, I'm going to shut it down, which is I'm going to restart. Normally, when you create all this feature, you need to restart. So you right click, select this portion and now click on this. Click on this run selection. Please don't let's forget, click on run selection because I have so many other scripts lying there. So click on this. So now it's going to restart this particular machine for me, and I'm going to log in back again to continue the rest of it. So why that keep on restarting? Let's just give you some minutes. I'm going to shut it down. I can click on this. Okay, now. Okay, now this now has been shut down. So you can see I still have my Azure environment. So I need to restart this machine again. I remember that because it's an Azure virtual machine. So I have to come to my Azure portal and then download this same RDP file again. Click on it. Then it's going to download here for me. Open that. And then I will connect. Okay, so here it is. So now I'm going to put in my password. Yes. Okay, I need to drag it to the screen is opening here for me. So let me just drag it. Yeah. So can you see my screen, please?
I just seen, yeah, it's came up there now, server manager dashboard. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. So now this is running, and I think this is already has finished. So when you click on here, can you see that this is what I did now? The DHCP and the
Yeah.
hypervisor. So can you see that? So when you now do that, you now come up here. You can see here you have a notification here. So you click on this notification here and click on say complete the DHCP configuration. But before that, let me just open back my PowerShell. Remember that when you want to open this, always open it with run it with your administrator. And then when you do that, here is going to ask me if I want to restore that particular file that was opened for me before I shut down the system. So can you see it now? So just click on OK, and it's going to restore that particular file for me. So we have seen what we have just deployed. So after doing that, then you now go back to this place. Like I said, you come back here, click on this one here where you have this notification. It says complete DHCP configuration. Click on that, and here you just click on commit, and then that's all. And then you now say close, and that is it. Then I'll open then the next one now. Now remember that like I said, I'm creating another virtual machine inside an Azure virtual machine, inside another virtual machine that is hosted in Azure, not on my personal computer. It is hosted inside Azure. So now, and normally, when you know that when you want to create your hypervisor, you need to create the network switch and all those things like that. You configure, then you put your IP address and all those things. Now, like I said, all these things can be done normally without using the script, but because of our time, we need to run the script for that. So here you now come up here and now select this particular portion from here. Let me just highlight it. Yes, okay. From here. Now, here I want to create a switch. Now, remember that when you're creating a switch on your hypervisor, you have the internal and you have private and you have external. So here I'm going to create, this is my switch name where you have YemTech IT Lab and you have the switch type, which is internal. That internal means that so that it can take the internet resources from your machine. So here you come up here, I give it an IP address 19.2.168.0/24. Then here, so that is for that. And then I will now click on run selection. Click on run selection. So that is going to run that for me. Okay, so can you see that it has deployed that for me faster now? So that is the beauty of using the PowerShell scripts. Once you understand, it's not compulsory that you have to write script. The most important thing is that understand what each thing does. So you can tweak it, you can change it, you understand? You can get a script like they are there online, then you can change and just put one or two things, whatever how you want it to be. So you can see it has created the switch for me with the switch name and then the IP address, and also it has given me what I want. But because, like I said, because of our time, I wouldn't want to go and show you the environment. So let me just quickly. Then when you are done with that, then the next one you come up here and you now create the DHCP scope. The DHCP scope. Now the DHCP scope is that I want to specify an IP range. An IP starting range. If you look at this place here, you have the starting range and you have the end range. You understand? So here you have the 19.2.168.0.50 to up to 100, and then the subnet is 255.255.255.0. So when you select this particular portion and you now click on this run selection, like I said, please, you can always be careful so that you don't, if you click on this, it will start all over again for you. So, but you always just click on this particular one, selected one, and then that one is going to create the DHCP scope for you, and then it's going to restart that particular services. You're going to create it and restart it by itself. I'm just rushing because of time. Okay, I think. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think that is done. If I go to okay, this my okay, I think that is done. Okay. Okay, so that is done. Now it's now left for me to now open my hypervisor. So you go to your stats, and then you come up here, you have your administrative tools, and then from here you now click on your Hyper-V manager. Click on that. That is what we actually created with that particular script that you saw. And then this is the name, my tech. This is my host machine. This is my host machine name. So this one has been created for me now, using that particular script. So here, if you come up here, you see now, click on this. Let me just expand this. Yeah, so this is the virtual switch manager. When you click on this one, you can see internal, external. I know that this is the external. This is the one they created for me. Can you see now with that script? So this is it. Now the script created for me. Like I said, this is the same way you go click on it and then you create it. But because of our time, I decided to use the script to create it and then the whole IP address. So after doing this now, what do I need to do now? Now I want to run my virtual machine on this my hypervisor. So I want to run it on this my hypervisor. But before doing that, I need to go to open my browser. Yep. Okay, here on my browser here, let me say open Edge. I'm going to download my image file. This is Azure, which is actually very fast. So I'm very sure it's going to be fast for us. Quickly, let me just come up here. Here I can say download Windows 10 ISO. Yeah, download Windows 10 ISO. And then here I'll click on this particular link here to take me to the Microsoft environment. Then here you come up here and then you now click on this download. You have create your Windows 10 installation media. So you click on this download. It's going to be very fast for me. So click on this open. You open that file. Like I said, remember that this one I'm actually creating it inside my virtual machine hosted in Azure. Yeah, here click on accept. Yeah, so for you to be able to do this, I believe you can, if you can probably create, you can get a free Azure. I think I get a free trial Azure and just get, maybe, I don't know, maybe I think they're still running on it. So you can just download, open an account and also get a free account, set up a free account, and then you can also achieve this particular thing I'm just doing now. So here I'm going to create an installation media and then click on next. Here I'll choose my English language. Here what I want is Windows 10 64-bit, yes, and click on next. And then here I'll now click on ISO file and then say next. Here I can just say Windows 10. I can put it maybe probably, let's say my download. Let me just put it on my downloads. Then click on save. So it's going to download that particular image file for me. I'm very sure this is a virtual machine in Azure. I think it should be very, very fast in downloading it. So let's just wait.
It looks very fast. I've done it. If you do it locally on your own PC, it takes good few.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite even for it's always good for like if you're doing a training and you want users to maybe probably you want them to download an image file, so you can download it. You can create an Azure virtual machine, then download it and just create a link for them to just go there and just get it away from there. And instead of them downloading it from their own machine, which actually takes time. I think I've seen a user downloaded an image file that took almost like it took the whole day to download because of the
Yeah, yeah,
internet. Yeah, what? Why if you are doing that in Azure virtual machine, it's quite very, 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 very fast. Yeah,
yeah. It is very fast. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So,
When I saw
so
you do it first, I said, "Hey, this is going to take a half an hour." But no,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So why this keep on going? So let's go back to our hypervisor. So this is our hypervisor here. Now let me create this environment. So here I will come up here and click on this my new here and click on virtual machine. So click on the virtual machine. Here you come up here, click on your next. Here you come, you can decide to give it a name. I can say Windows 10. You can give it a location if you want to, but because of our time, just click on next here and here generation. I'm going to use to second generation, and here click on next. And here you can assign your memory startup you want to. You can give it 2 gig, you can give it 1 gig, depends. So click on your next here, and then here this is where you now put your connection here. If you click on here, so you can see the MTech IT lab in the switch I created with the PowerShell script. Let me show you that script so that you can understand what I mean. So you can see it here. This is that particular section. You can see the name. So that is what I have there. So here I click on my next. Then here you click on here. You can give it your name. You can give it a name. You can just leave it like that. And then here where you have the size, you can also give it a size depending on the size of what you have on your host machine. So here I will now click on next. Yes, click on next. Then here I will now, this is where I will now put in my image I'm downloading. So let me check if it's done now or what. That's perfect. So finish. So click on it. So this is done now. Yes, so here you now come up here and you have your installation media. Click on install an operating system from a bootable image file. So click on this place here to go and browse where you have your image file. Remember that I downloaded it in my downloads. Click on it. This is my Windows 10. I'll click on it and click on open and then click on next. And then I will now click on finish. So like I said, you can see now we are creating another virtual machine inside another virtual machine. So that is what is called as what? Nested virtualization. So here I'll click on this my Windows 10. I need to run it. So double click on it. When you double click on it, you now click on start. And then here it's going to tell you click on any key. Just press any key. Quickly press any key on your keyboard. I hope I was able to do that fast. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. I think it's running. So let's just wait. So now remember that what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to install Windows 10 inside a virtual machine that is hosted in Microsoft Azure. Oh, I hope this is running for me. Let me see. Uh, Restart that. Okay, let me just do that. Yeah, so you have to be fast about it. So here I can just let me just shut it down and then power it on back again. Shut down. Let me just close this and then go back. Let's see, turn off, shut down. Oh, is it running? Let me see. Click on this connect. Let me see. No operating system load. The virtual machine will be configured incorrectly. Uh, okay. New image file. Okay. Just cancel. Yeah. I think it's there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's there. Okay. Okay. So let me just shut it down and then start it. Let's say connect. Start. Bootstrap network adapter. So, uh, shut down. Okay, let me just come up here, delete this, and then I say turn off. Yeah. So let me turn off and let me go back. Let me check back my settings. I think my image is there. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. So let me start that again. So okay. Yeah. So it should start now. So like I said, you have to click on
Yeah.
any key on your keyboard quickly. So then click on your next here and then click on my install. Yeah. So this is actually good because this is like a live demo. So you see where you have error, you can see where error is coming from. You can also detect and also fix it. That is the important of this when you get connected to the program like this. So here I will say I do not have a product key, yeah, for this purpose, yeah. Here then I'll now click on my Windows 10 Pro, click on next, accept. I think this place should be fast here. So here you now have choose which type of installation. I'm not upgrading, I'm installing from fresh. So click on this custom and then click on my next. Now my Windows 10 will start the installation. You can see how fast it is.
It's very fast. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is like when you create another virtual machine inside Microsoft Azure. So it depends on whatever you want to use it for. That you actually creating this particular thing. So it depends on what you want to use it for. But this is just for you to have an overview on how to deploy a nested virtualization with virtual machine hosted in Microsoft Azure.
That's great, Stephen. That was a great demo. And as you know, when you're doing live demos, you would always get some little bit of a hiccup, but
Mhm.
you actually got over it and was able to install your Windows 10.
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I was amazed how quick it actually ran in Azure. I never actually done that before, so
Oh
just
wow.
try that.
Yeah. I think the part I love part is the script part, which makes it very quickly. Just just run when you run your PowerShell scripts. I love scripting anyway, but it takes time and it takes patience to run a script because you need to go through it and then you need to know what you are running. Because I think there was a particular time I was my machine was giving me an issue, so I think I cleared the whole thing and then I was trying to run the PowerShell script and I was just not on a virtual machine, this on a particular my host machine, and then this thing keep on giving me a lot of. In fact, this took me like 4 days or so to get it resolved. I keep on I try to install a particular script and it just keep on giving error, keep on giving. I just okay. Once I just leave it, come back again the next day when I'm back from work, I'll go back to my machine. I fix it and I make sure I was able to fix it, and today I was able to get it properly. So that is how scripting works. So it depends on how patient you are in
Yeah,
running most of this. Like I said, you don't have to create the script yourself. There are a lot of scripts there online, but you just need to know how what to change. So that's what I want to
yeah,
tweak around, and then you should have also know how to troubleshoot when you have that issue with that particular script. So that's the most important thing.
very good, Stephen. That was brilliant. We kind of went over about 20 minutes of the overtime,
Yep.
but it was definitely worth the extra time. And
Yeah.
we'll hope you'll come back and do another demo for us there some other week.
Yeah.
If I knew you were going to have this, I would have put some side time for it. So I'm
Yeah.
go- I'm going to end the live show now, and thank you everybody for coming along to the Azure and AI show. We'll be here again next week at the same time,
Yep.
and thank you, Stephen, again for a great demo.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Bye.